You've only been told half of the story, the good part. You're about to find out the bad and the ugly. My name is Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. I've critiqued over 1,000 mansions. Let's do another one together.
$54.6 million buys you in New York City.
Starting our tour in the entry lobby, where we have neo-Art Deco style inspired finishes, leading down the hall to the building elevators, which take...
Okay, I like the neo-Art Deco style, refreshing, great Gatsby. It's different, it's got character, goes down with the architectural style of the building, but I have a major problem with these two elevators. Now you're like, Arvin, come on, give them a break. The core already takes so much. I've seen your other video. I'm a subscriber to the channel, and you know how big the core, you want the core of the building to be. You need to have a strong core to go this tall and skinny. Two elevators, all you're gonna get. There's a problem, my friend. You see, all these elevators open up inside the unit, as ultra luxury penthouses should. If you live on the 40th floor and the person on the 70th floor wants to go to the lobby, they can't just stop by and pick you up. They have to go all the way down to the lobby, and the elevator needs to come back up to the 40th to pick you up. Otherwise, they will open up and they will be inside your living room. And that's why 2 elevators is not enough. And that's why you're a subscriber to the channel, because no one tells you that.
Pick us up. The elevator leads right into the foyer of this duplex apartment.
See, I told you. Now let's look at the layout. Look, it's got a very strong core, or the dark gray areas you can see. It's all concrete, the elevator shaft. There's a part over here, the stairway, there's 2 columns over here. Having said that, it's a pretty damn efficient layout. And this is a duplex. It's a 2-story penthouse. Not ideal. Don't think it's cool to have a stairway in your penthouse. Always, a penthouse is better to have no stairs, just flat, right? That's half of the reason why people move to penthouses, because they want to have a lot of space and not to deal with stairs when they get older. But I have to say, look, they've made it very efficient. The kitchen is here. There's a walkway to the dining room. This is the formal entry to the property. It goes to the formal living space, and then it goes to the family room and the kitchen. And there's also another emergency exit here for the stairway to go down. Very efficient. Now, I also have to say, as the units go higher and higher, it seems like the building gets skinnier and skinnier. So maybe actually there's a little bit more room on the lower units. This is another one of those buildings where maybe the 59th floor is not the best floor. Maybe having a penthouse or a full unit or double duplex unit on the 30th floor might be better, because you're still got unobstructed views.
And what's behind those 2 doors is one of the best views in the entire city. Check this out. Welcome to the great
Pocket doors. You know what that means? Not enough space.
room. We are perfectly centered on Central Park, looking north. This view is the best view of Central Park.
I agree with them. Out of all the billionaire row penthouses, this one is the most center to the park. And all things equal, would you like to be center or sideways to the view? Center. It's better.
Of any tower on Billionaires Row. I mean, it looks like the park is here in the great room.
Now, I have another video for 432, link right here or at the end of the video. You can clearly see this is at a lower elevation, this unit, than some of the other ones. Like I also have a video for Central Park Tower. It's at the 120th floor or something. You're just too high up. Look at the eye level when you're sitting on the couch. That's when you should really pay attention to the view, because how often are you going to be standing up, right? When people come in, they sit down. And can you still see the park, or do you have to lean over the window to see down? That's when you know you're at the right angle. Just being high up doesn't mean it gets better. You get actually more movement because all these buildings move with the wind, which is a whole nother topic we'll talk later in the video. But just say, for the sake of the view, this is a pretty solid view. You're high above, but, you still at the same time, you can see the park pretty well. I think even from the sitting down position.
And it's only from down here in Central Park that you can really appreciate how colossal that this tower truly is.
standing over 1,400 feet above Manhattan's Billionaires Row, this building was constructed in 2021 on a site that is only 60 feet wide, around the original Steinway & Sons headquarters.
So the reason the building gets its name is from the famous piano or grand hall music thing that, gets it. And it's supposed to, resemble a piano and an instrument. But the most important aspect of this building, as far as I've done my research, has the highest height to width ratio of 24:1. The height is 24x, 24 times taller than its width. And that's, I think, the highest ratio ever built. Now, I want to be very clear. Architecturally, I really like this building and I'll talk about it. But real estate, to me, has to be a safe investment. I can't fathom, as beautiful as this building is, to spend that type of money to be living and having that much asset locked up in a building that has never passed the test of time. Has it survived the Hurricane 5 before? As it is, supposedly when the wind gets really strong, the building starts swaying a lot, and it's by design. But would you really want that? Do you have a fetish with being just the highest? Personally, I would never purchase in any of these super skinny tall buildings because real estate is supposed to be safe, supposed to be a safe investment.
That was built in 1925. Now, I want to talk about the views because this truly is dead center on Central Park. This building was designed to really feel like the park is inside your apartment. Looking up north, you have a sea of green with a view of all 834 acres of Central Park. Zooming it in, you can see people hanging out after work, lounging and playing in a freshly mowed sheep's meadow. Looking even further north, you can see the rowboat pond and the reservoir, those pristine views of all of the Upper West Side, the George Washington Bridge, and in the distance looking up into the hills of the Hudson Valley. On over to the east, you have the entirety of the Upper East Side, Harlem up there to the north, and on a clear day like today, you can even see all the way up into Connecticut and the Long Island Sound. Not only do we have the northern views, we have this nice corner moment here where we have views of the west with the sun setting, Hudson River, especially at golden hour. Like right now, we're getting into the prime.
Did he say golden hour? No one says that anymore. That's so like, mom realtor language.
Prime golden hour. And additionally, we have these narrow windows throughout the building. So you have so much sunlight, even though we are facing north, you have that western light coming into the space. Now, as far as details in the gray room, it is 50 feet long. The ceilings are 14 feet high. So you have 14-foot panes of glass here, floor to ceiling, no obstructions of your view. As far as details inside, below our feet, we have solid oak, which has been smoked in this intricate inlay design here.
I don't like the smoked oaked finishes. I like the pattern.
So at the far end, we have your dining room, seating for 10, and then again, you have another corner moment where now we have views to the east, so your sun rises. The best thing, in my opinion, about this corner is if we're looking down, we are right on top of the Plaza Hotel. In my opinion, one of the most famous landmarks in the city, and we are well above it. The perspective from up here, it never gets old. This is now my second time checking out this space, and it just keeps getting better and better. So from here, I want to take you back into the foyer.
Okay, overall, this space is pretty damn good. There's no major column blocking the view. At least the view is very center, unobstructed. They've thought it out. It's obviously on the longer side, but I think you have just the amount of width to get by. The ceiling heights are about 14 feet. It's good. I mean, it's a great room.
And break down some of these details. So below my feet, we have a white 𝗕𝗂𝗏 stone here on the floors, and then that spiral staircase leading up to the second floor. This is actually the in-house elevator, so this just serves the penthouse. And I want to break down the details. So right here, this is actually the hinge of a Steinway piano that they've put on the doors, just keeping with the heritage of Steinway Tower. And speaking of the tower, these are hand-cast bronzed handles that are modeled exactly after the tower.
See, architecturally, I really like this building. Now, I don't think this is like a super, crazy feature, but there's a theme, and it's not just modern, right? they've literally been very smart and meticulous about, okay, what was the heritage of this building location we bought? Great. Steinway. Okay, what did they make? Pianos. Okay, let's take that in. And then they've really kind of geared it towards it to make it stand out. Not just architecturally stands out, obviously as one of the skinniest, but out of all the billionaire row skinny skyscrapers, 432 looks like a, paper bin. The Central Park Tower has no character, architectural element that you would just say, I really like it. It's beautiful. It's like a hodgepodge of trying to maximize your profit by putting a cantilever and there's nothing beautiful about it. 220 South is I would say very New York, right? No risks, limestone, but architecturally speaking, this is cohesive, executed really well, and I like it.
On every single door. So these are the pocket doors that you saw in the beginning. These are the same finishes on every Steinway piano. And if you notice, they run the entire length here all the way up to the ceiling. For a frame of reference, the elevators we came up in, off to my right here, this is the entry powder room, and look at this powder room. This is a honey onyx on the floors and then about a quarter way up the wall with a standing honey onyx vanity. And if you look, this mirror runs up the walls and the entire ceiling around the other side. Out of this bathroom, we have those northern views, but in my opinion, what's even more impressive are the southern views. So again, we have these pocket doors which could close off the space, and we have southern views of the entire city. So for the southern wing of the house, we're going to start off to my left here, where you have the home office with, again, those views of all.
Okay, that's really tight. So they obviously went formal living room heavy, and they left a really, really tight space on this side. Again, not ideal.
Lower Manhattan. And I also love how you have those little sliver windows facing west, so you have that light just filling up the whole space. Then on the other side, we're now going to enter the open concept kitchen. First off, we have a breakfast bar here, again, with the views, and here's the kitchen. Starting off, we have a crystal white quartzite on the countertop with that waterfall edge down to those oak floors, and it also goes on the backsplash. I want to point out the cabinets because these are meant to mimic piano teeth, the actual keys of.
Okay, I don't like the cabinets, but I appreciate the fact that they kind of stayed with the piano theme. I don't know, this is a little bit too much. I wouldn't necessarily get it if somebody wouldn't have told me this. It's just, what are you going to do? Like the pedals of the piano, are you going to put that on the floor everywhere? You got to stop at some point, okay? They're just taking it a little bit too far here. But overall, again, and I'm not a big fan of the onyx backsplash or the onyx that they keep using. I'm noticing it's becoming a little bit more popular in New York, but I'm just not a fan of onyx at all. To me, it has this kind of like a gravestone look to it. I'm not a fan.
The piano for the cabinets. We have Gaggenau 6-burner cooktop with my favorite, the pot filler. Making our way down, we have the main sink here, nice trough sink, LED lighting underneath. Gaggenau suite again here with the oven, stainless steel, massive refrigerator freezer combo. The typical, what you would expect in a $54 million apartment. Coffee maker, oven here, the prep sink.
You should never use the word typical and $54 million in the same sentence. Nobody wants to hear that. Typical. That's not a good word to use.
More of those piano keys on the cabinetry. So the kitchen actually then connects to the dining room.
Again, they make the layout work at like making this hallway super narrow, and is very, very narrow. But the layout is very efficient. There's very little waste in it. And you don't sacrifice the view in any way. Executed well.
Great room. So you have easy access for service when you are having a big meal here. And I also want to point out on the other side, we also have another one of those very narrow windows to let in that sunlight in the morning. But now for the good stuff, for that opening shot. So back through the kitchen, we now have our southern views with, in my opinion, one of the most unique terraces that I've come across in the city. This is your 309 square foot southern facing terrace. And a lot of times people are wondering if your neighbors can see into the apartment, but as you can see, the entire building has reflective glass.
Dude, I can see downstairs. What are you talking about?
So all you see is a beautiful reflection of downtown Manhattan. And again, these views, you have the entire city at your fingertips. Now, speaking more on the exterior of this building, it's capped by a 300-foot tall decorative steel crown. The building is designed by shop architects in a neo-Art Deco style, featuring feathered setbacks and residential terraces, like the one that I'm standing on right now. The building is clad with glass on the northern and southern exposures, optimizing the views, and it has these beautiful glassed terracotta panels and bronze finishes on the eastern and western exposures, which causes the building to shimmer as the light changes throughout.
See, I think that's really elegant. Like, just the details that they've done on such a tall building. It's a very elegant building, you know? They've actually tried to, I don't think successfully, but they've actually tried to make it an iconic building like the Empire State Building or the Chrysler Building. It's just different than all the other ones. There's an elegance about it. I think it looks really weird that it's so skinny, but at the same time, there's a beauty to it that, you know, this massive and still this meticulously detailed. I respect that.
Throughout the day. This terrace is also 50 feet long, and as you can see now...
Okay, this terrace is really a long Romeo and Juliet balcony. You cannot furnish this. I mean, if you put a chair there, then you can't go around it. If you try to go around it, you're really risking your life. So it's more like a place to come hang out, and if you don't have vertigo, but it's good to have.
If you are brave, you can stick your head out the side here and get a view of Central Park. So you can get pretty much northern, southern, eastern, and western views from this apartment.
You see these bronze elements? I really like those. I think it's really, really beautiful.
The first time I came up here and I stuck my head across there and I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. But just for perspective, you can see how expansive this terrace is. And as far as
to 432 Park Avenue, which it just, like, it took no effort into making this nice. It's so like, ugh.
Those views, I mean, you have the entirety of Lower Manhattan. You even have the East River. On a clear day, you see the ocean from here. Hudson River, Jersey, Hudson Yards, Empire State Building, One World Trade Center. The best views in the city. Even the Statue of Liberty. It's a little hazy today, but you can see the Statue of Liberty on a clear day. You'll see it at night. And I think it is really the best of both worlds that you have those southern views and those Central Park views. It's something special, this building. It really is. After you. As I grabbed my sunglasses, my parking slip fell out of my pocket. Could you imagine? Whew. Anyway, heading back on in, we're now gonna head back to the main foyer.
Okay, it's really tight. You see the space? They went super, you know, heavy on the formal living space and just not really a family room. It's the kitchen, the breakfast nook, and then this office. You know, your formal living space is your family room.
Okay, and I'm going to show you now this staircase. So this is a custom staircase, spiral staircase, again with that 𝗦𝗔𝗶𝗏 on the stonework here heading up to the second floor of this duplex. Having stairs in a New York City apartment is one of the rarest things, but to have a spiral staircase with this stonework on the floor, it's the next level. So here's the landing on the second floor, and if you pull back, these again are the two elevators that service the entire building. And then this is the one for the apartment. So if you don't want to take the stairs, you got an elevator. But we're gonna now check out the guest bedroom wing, and immediately you're just greeted with those views again. So here we have two guest bedrooms. We're gonna check out this one first off to my right. Decent size here. As far as the materials, we have...
Dude, this is not decent size. This is really small.
Have that oak on the floors again, those views again, and light coming in from the west. Let's peek into the bathrooms here. All of them have ensuite bathrooms. As far as materials here in the bathroom, we have Cristallo stone on the shower, the vanity, the floors. We have custom Studio Schofield design bronze fixtures cast by P.E. Jürgen. Right across, we have another guest bedroom with those beautiful views here. And the bathroom has the exact same finishes as the one we just saw, except we have a walk-in steam shower in here. So same, but different. But the main thing, again, is the views. Imagine waking up with that view. So back out into the second level foyer. Again, you have another shot of that beautiful staircase here behind these two doors. Welcome to the primary suite here in Steinway Tower with your...
Beautiful. Really, really nice. I mean, that's amazing views for primary suite.
Bedroom, dead centered on Central Park. Comment down below, would you rather wake up to the southern views of downtown or to Central Park?
I'd rather subscribe to the channel. That's what I would do if I was you guys.
I'm kind of torn right now, but I'm leaning towards Central Park just because look at that. Something I want to point out is there are no TVs in this space. It's been staged with no TVs just because the views, the entirety of the park, all the Upper East Side, looking up the Hudson River, especially as the sun's setting, and there's more to see. So we have pocket doors here. This was actually another bedroom that they turned into the primary suite here. So this is staged as another office.
Okay, see, I don't know if this was a great staging job to make it an office. Maybe you would have created a little TV room for your primary suite, right? You already had an office downstairs. 2 offices and you don't have enough space. I think one should have been a TV room.
And again, we have another corner moment here where we actually have a Western...
He really likes this corner moments. Okay, we got the corner. And it's not much of a moment because it's like very small on the corner. You know, it's not the best corner moment I've seen.
Exposure. So we're getting that golden hour sun right now at sunset and just...
Okay, that's the Central Park Tower, which I told you guys I also have a video on.
Watch how it fills the space up. Even though we're facing north, we still have natural sunlight coming into the space. Again, the materials are all the same, so the floors are oak, everything's the same. This is the first bathroom in the primary suite with onyx everywhere. The floors, the walls. You've got a steam shower with a rainfall shower head, all brass here on the fixtures, and again, another one of those windows. And I think that's such a beautiful design feature, having those windows on the west and the east to have light into the entire space. Beautiful bathroom here, which then leads into the first closet, heading across.
This is the closet of this bedroom, which was connected to the primary room. I really feel like they should have either done one massive primary suite that would have taken the whole space, or made this the upstairs living space, like the casual living space where, let's say if you're coming home, you just put the elevator, you come to the upper floor, you come in, you hang out in the upstairs living area, and then you go to your primary suite and stuff.
They call this the morning kitchen, and I really like that term, morning kitchen versus a wet bar. Morning kitchen, new term here. From the morning kitchen, we have the second bathroom in the primary suite here in Steinway Tower. It's front and center. We have a...
You see, the primary has a pretty decent double sink bathroom. That other bathroom is kind of waste if you're going to use it as an office. Why would you need that? I think an upstairs living room would have been way, way more appropriate.
Custom antique polished metal freestanding tub by William Holland. This is the focal point of this space, and it is just so beautiful with the greens of the park and the backdrop there. We've got veined white onyx walls and floors and oversized slabs throughout the entire bathroom. Then we have a white onyx double vanity, and then we have all custom bronze fixtures. And in this bathroom, we have one of those, yet again, corner moments here.
Oh my God, these corner moments. Come on, dude.
Overlooking the entirety of the city, north, east. You can't even see the west from here. Where else are you gonna find this? I'm not gonna get too comfy, but damn, imagine soaking in this with that view. And I haven't even shown you the shower yet. So if you don't want to take a bath, you've got a shower room with that onyx on the floors, the ceilings, the walls, everywhere. 2 rainfall shower heads, 2 high-level ones, 4 sprayers on each side, 12 shower heads in this shower room. You even have a mirror built in here on the door of your shower. And then on the other side, we have the true throne right there to get down to some real business. And if all this wasn't enough, the building has some pretty wide...
Okay, did you notice the primary walk-in closet wasn't there? I don't know, for some reason he didn't show it when it was actually a pretty good size. Take a look. It has kind of a his and her section. Not bad. Now, you could argue that you could have kept some of the second bedroom that they converted as a his closet. So she would have had a really big closet and he had a closet on the other side. And then that room would have been the cool family room, upstairs family room over there, or the primary suite family lounge area.
There's a full-length heated indoor lap pool, a state-of-the-art gym. I even checked out the men's spa, which has a shoe shining station, a steam room, a sauna, and even a barber shop, all in the building. There's so many details, and I've only skimmed over a few. Like, I just noticed there's inlaid lighting at the trim of the ceiling here. And if you really want to see something special, look at this penthouse at night. I don't know about you, but when I see shots of New York City like that, it inspires me to no end. And the beauty of sharing this home here on YouTube is that hopefully it inspired you in some way. Not necessarily to buy a $54 million penthouse, but to achieve.
Okay, I don't know if it's worth $54 million. I think it's more in like 38 million range, but it's at least not so ridiculously overpriced. And you know, architectural elements of the building I like. The layout, I thought they really did a good job with what they had and they made it work. Now, I didn't like the upstairs 4-bedroom setup. I felt like they needed a moment where there's an intimate setting area for the family to hang out in. But if you want to see a really crappy one, look at this other skinny high-rise building that I've made a video on. It's an Ennis video. And I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.